Yes, guys. Hello. Welcome back to the channel. So if you're joining from the EOSwriter, this is the first interview we're doing, so welcome to the show. Also, if you're watching from my channel, MaxDapp, this is the next CryptoCast, and today we've got a real special guest on. It's the co-founder of Everipedia, and I always butcher his name, but it's Mahbod. How you doing, Mahbod? You having a good day?
Excellent. I'm very excited to be on the inaugural partnership episode. As Snoop Dogg says, MaxDapp and EOSwriter together, now you know you in trouble.
Bro, this is the first video. We are united now, and we'll put something in the description about that as well. We're going to do a feed post, but yeah, thanks for shouting that out, bro. But yeah, just the first question for you. Obviously, you know, the EOS community know who you are. We all understand who you are and stuff, but just to get the elephant in the room out of the way, we all saw that music video with Juicy J, the music video, and I just want to ask you what happened with that, and what came from that anyway? How did that happen?
My goodness, I still can't even believe that it happened. It's funny. So my first site is a rap music. It's like the definitive rap music site, and I got to do cool things. Like I went to Kanye's engagement party and stuff. But the hip hop encounters I've had with Everipedia have been far more legendary.
Yeah.
I remember the first amazing thing was Crazy Bone had an episode on his podcast about Everipedia. So at one point I was like, holy shit, Crazy Bone is interviewing me. Like, you know, how the tables have turned. And then we were in Juicy J and Kevin Gates' music video, which was insane. Like Juicy J for me is like Elvis Presley or something. I can't even believe I got to meet him. And the weirdest thing is, so Christian DeSiga was one of the first editors at Everipedia, and he would bump Juicy J 24/7 in our office for the first 2 years we started the company. From
really?
2017, we were just listening nonstop to Juicy J, especially the song "Geeked Up Off Them Bars."
Yeah.
Then finally getting to meet him, and then he's really into crypto. I got a call with him today at noon, and
Pretty cool, man. Yeah.
Family, you know, so
because I think the video's got it's definitely over 1 million views. So like that kind of, obviously it's only a small clip at the end, but that kind of is a big step forward for crypto in general. If we can get, you remember the big bull run of 2017, all the celebrities were coming out. That's like kind of coming back again, which is quite cool to see.
Yeah, well, I think it only got messed up because the ICO method was problematic. But
exactly.
With Everipedia, I think we're refining and perfecting that, and getting celebrities involved is going to be as important to us as it was to my first app, Genius.
Yeah, I was going to mention that actually, but yeah, go on.
So
is it Rap Genius, right?
Exactly, yeah. So, you know, Rap Genius had Nas invest, Eminem, Pharrell, all of these big musicians. But the crazy thing is the first rapper who annotated his own lyrics on Genius is a Los Angeles rapper known as Mike G. He was part of the Odd Future collection with Tyler, the Creator, and Earl Sweatshirt.
Okay, nice.
So Mike G was the first to annotate his lyrics on Genius. It was actually his idea. He made an account and started doing it himself without us even knowing about it. And then yesterday, we premiered Everipedia Insider with Mike G. He was the first celebrity who we exclusively interviewed with Everipedia. And the plan is to make that the norm. Imagine if every Wikipedia page you go to, instead of just the fans giving you a regurgitation of the celebrity's life, you have, you know, Kanye West, Britney Spears, Lady Gaga actually telling you about their lives themselves.
That's crazy, man. It's like a biography, like an evolving biography of their life as it's going in real time.
Exactly. And it's kind of like, so my first app, Genius, has the same thing where the celebrities explain their lyrics, and it's called Verified. So our thing is going to be called EP Insider.
Okay. But before we get into all the nitty gritty stuff, that we'll just for the viewers who like maybe don't know what you are at Everipedia, just like in the most simple terms, just like what is Everipedia and why do you think we need it over Wikipedia?
Everipedia is Chillpedia. Since day one, we just wanted to build a better, cool Wikipedia. So basically, like Genius, my first site, is kind of a wiki. It's a wiki for explaining lyrics, but it's way more sophisticated than the real Wikipedia is. So Sam, the president of Everipedia, was like, what if we make the Genius version of Wikipedia? We make something just as sophisticated as Genius, but not just for lyrics, but for everything.
Everipedia,
I got into it. The reason I joined as a co-founder is because I had a eureka moment when Sam showed me my page. And it's because my Wikipedia page had been deleted.
I know. I saw this on Dallas Rushing's video, actually. But yeah, go on. It's quite funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I've met so many others who have also had their Wikipedia pages deleted. Mike G, the rapper who I was telling you about, he's huge. He has hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter, and his Wikipedia was actually deleted as well.
It's crazy.
There's more people who have their Wikipedias deleted than there are people who have Wikipedias up, because Wikipedia deletes about 90% of pages that people make.
I know, it's crazy. Like I was reading about it, like the censorship from government and also the centralization aspect of Wikipedia. Like you look at it, well, now you've got like the solutions on blockchain. It'll be laughable in like the next couple of years, and you guys are the ones who are bringing that to like the forefront. But yeah, that's
blockchain can cause problems too. But the cool thing about blockchain is that you have the people holding the token, so you have the staking, just like you have on Steemit. And on Wikipedia, there's no tokens or staking. There's just these weirdos who have power for no reason. Like there's this notorious editor, Philip Cross, who's always known for meddling in UK politics. And he tries to be so anonymous. So we made his Everipedia page. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page, but we made his Everipedia. And he was like going out of control. He was so mad at us. And Wikipedia editors are some of the biggest hypocrites you've ever met.
Well, it's like, this isn't even in the questions, but like it's good that you're stirring up this kind of controversy, because like that's going to get more people interested and then bring on mass adoption, and then you look at the EOS, then people will learn about EOS more. So I think it's all really cool stuff, man. But Everipedia, like how do you earn? Because this is the whole thing. You can earn to post. You can create like a reputation score, whatever it is. Like go a little bit more into detail about like how you can earn IQ tokens and what the solution is for Everipedia, that side. Like how can you get on board?
Well, I'm not the biggest expert, and I think they're still trying to refine it. I know there's a lot of similarities to Steemit, but the main, I'm kind of just the guy who makes the pages, but the main thing I'm always trying to push the developers on is to reward traffic more than votes. I think the main way that you get rewarded on Everipedia, Steemit, are the votes. And like what I'm worried about is if someone gets a ton of votes for making like a cool niche topic, but the world at large doesn't really care. Like if someone makes a page for a rapper who's blowing up and the rapper's page gets millions of views, I think that person should get the most tokens, even more than someone who got a lot of votes for like making a page about a species of whale, like an endangered species of whale or something. I don't care. The stuff I care about is rappers. About 20% of our traffic comes from rappers, so we're basically rap media.
Yeah. Well, you can see where that comes from, can't you? From your past. Maybe that's kind of influenced it a bit.
That's part of it. Part of it is because I brought a lot of genius with me. Some of the top genius users are actually on our staff. Which is really cool. The top genius user actually got hired by Everipedia yesterday.
Oh, really?
Evok DeVito. He's a legend.
Nice. He's a legend. It's all kicking off, bro. There's so much stuff happening right now. It's exciting because I'll let you go.
It's insane. This guy's name is Ewok. He's a legend. He's the #1 editor in Genius history. He has the most IQ. Genius calls the points IQ. It's not a crypto, but it's points.
Okay, yeah.
So he has the most IQ, and in 2015, right when we launched Everipedia, we tried to hire him for Everipedia, and he said, no, I'd rather stick with working with Genius. But we had so much respect for this guy that we use his name as our verb. Our verb for people contributing on the site is called Ewoking.
Yeah.
His name on Genius was Evok DeVito.
Yeah, I see.
And he's even in the code. In the code, Travis has shown me, sometimes they write like rel equals Ewok. And it's like differentiating when a human is making the content.
It's pretty cool, bro.
Immemorials, and it shows you how corporate my first company has become, that this super genius just didn't fit in anymore.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Just a off the cuff question, like how much writing do you do then? Are you like mainly just putting the content down at the moment, or how many writers are there really?
I guess it changed a lot after my brain surgery and after we moved into the real office. Like,
What did you get? Did you get the Elon Musk brain enhancement surgery? Yeah.
I wanted the mask for Ash Wednesday. That's my goal is to find like a hipster church that gives you like a good mask for Ash Wednesday. But yeah, I had brain surgery just for a silly tumor 6 months ago, but it made me turn into more of a manager, I guess. I stopped doing as much of the work myself and started giving more assignments like an old man. Also, it's because it's hard for me to stare at a screen for a long period of time now.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, mate, I hope you're okay, you know, everything like that. But if it's, you know, you're getting an enhancement, then you're going to be ahead of the game. But,
yeah, it's fun stuff. All the brain surgery just makes me jealous that I'm not a brain surgeon. It's the coolest stuff.
They're doing some crazy stuff. But, yeah, man, good stuff. Like, also, I don't know how much you know about this, but there was a lot of news going around about Everipedia building like dApps within the ecosystem. And I think that was, I saw a few things like a prediction market. I saw an Oracle service and a decentralized quotas, which is like asking questions, I think. Mm-hmm. Just tell me how much, well, obviously, you know, probably like loads about it. So like, what's going on with that? Like, when is that looking at launch, and, you know, what's the cool stuff behind the scenes you can tell us?
Yeah, they're launching this year, and that's kind of, I guess you could call it a pivot. We're no longer trying to just make decentralized Wikipedia. We're trying to make a bunch of things that function on IQ. And not only do we make them, but what we're actually trying to do is get other communities to use IQ as well. So we basically want IQ to become the internet knowledge currency.
And it's got the right name for it as well, like the IQ token. It's
exactly, yeah. It makes you smarter, right? If you buy it, it makes you smarter. So the first one coming out is for gambling, and the next one is for questions and answers. And I'm very, very excited about the question and answer one.
Yeah, so am I.
Larry and I, the way I met Larry was through Quora, and I was the biggest star of Quora right before I started Everipedia, and then I got kicked off of it for getting into a fight with Jimmy Wales.
Oh, really?
With the fake founder of Wikipedia.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was already friends with Larry. I'd been friends with Larry for years because he was a big fan of Rap Genius. So I started picking on Jimmy Wales on Quora. I started telling him, "You're not the real founder of Wikipedia."
Getting the beef, you know, in the Quora community.
I'm all about beef, you know. Like I grew up in the generation of Biggie and Tupac. So
yeah, exactly. Well, you can't beat that, man. I think it's good for the space as well to have a bit of like banter, or like kind of competition. Because I used to have Quora as well, but
it's fun. It's beef is, you know, with my first app, the beef that got me into big trouble was I started beef with Mark Zuckerberg.
No, that's like the giant.
At the time, that was like starting beef with Jesus. But ever since, so I started beefing with him in 2012, and I guess everyone else has taken my lead because 7 years later, everyone hates him.
Everybody hates him. I know.
Now I defend him. Now I go on my Twitter and I'm like, guys, you know, Zuck's not really that bad. He learned Chinese for his wife.
You started the beef, and now you're trying to end it. That's what always happens.
I'm a contrarian. That's basically just trying. I'm just trying to have fun.
Yeah, man, 100%. No, I agree. I think the space needs a little bit as well, like, because like the blockchain side is so like techie. Like, I don't think the mainstream are going to like get really like down and dirty with the blockchain, but this kind of like having fun, like, you know, and banter will just get more people involved in the project. So it's good that you're like a marketing machine as well. You're like Justin's son. You're doing all the talking as well.
Thank you. Hey, unfortunately, I don't know how to code though. You know, the real reason I looked up, even I have beef with him, but the reason I always looked up to Zuck is the reason I got into internet.
Yeah. Well, it's for so many people.
It changed my life. And he seems to really understand crypto. He just wrote this essay that everyone's criticizing him about. It seems like he knows that Facebook needs to decentralize. But what he doesn't understand is that it's very, very hard for a company to adopt. Like, there's the famous quote by Joseph Schumpeter about creative destruction.
Yeah.
I think Zuck knows he's a sitting duck. He knows that someone else is going to come and build the crypto Facebook and is going to eat his lunch. And hopefully that's going to be Everipedia, because we've got Sam, the guy who started the company, is called the Persian Zuck.
Yeah.
That's actually his name on Instagram, is he's Persian.
It's good fun. But no, you're so right about Facebook, because like he's gone so far down one route of building like a kind of an advertising platform, basically, that it's impossible to go back from that. The next innovative thing, Brendan Bloomer said it like yesterday in the summit, 2019 blockchain summit. It's like blockchain's not going to enhance like old businesses. It's just going to be whole brand new businesses, which will just then make the other ones irrelevant. So yeah, I think he knows that it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, really, the real power of a CEO is who is going to work for the CEO. And right now, I know for a fact that none of the talented blockchain engineers would work for Zuck, because they're trying to destroy Zuck. That's the whole reason they even got into blockchain.
Exactly, yeah. Well,
I personally made the Everipedia for the guy who's the head of Facebook's blockchain projects, and he seems completely clueless and out of touch. I think the fact that they're trying to build their own crypto and are launching it on WhatsApp instead of launching it on Facebook is a recipe for disaster. I respect it. Twitter is going to build it on Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Twitter.
So much more sense. Facebook should have done that, but Zuck just, I guess, does not see the big picture.
He doesn't really. And like the thing with Twitter as well is like they're building the Tippet Lightning network. And like, imagine that. So if everybody starts using Lightning before they even had Bitcoin, it's going to bring that adoption layer that further on. And obviously, I don't know, there's people in the EOS community who are like, just EOS, screw Bitcoin. But I'm not like that. I think I'm pretty much like, I love Bitcoin as well. I think Bitcoin and EOS are like parcel and parcel. They're completely different, but like they're going to work together, I think, anyway. But what are your thoughts on that then?
I hadn't bought stocks for years, but I ended up buying a ton of Twitter stock after they. I think that based on their blockchain philosophies, I could see Twitter and Facebook switching market caps.
That'd be crazy.
Twitter is the only internet giant that I can see surviving in crypto, because everyone in crypto loves Twitter. That's the main place that we have all of our conversations. Yeah. That's I think how I met you.
Yeah, that's how you met everybody. Like Twitter, the CEO, his vision was that you're gonna be able to put your thoughts into Twitter, and then everybody will have your thoughts like that in a millisecond. And then I can't remember his name. Who's the CEO again?
Jack Dorsey.
Yeah, he went on Joe Rogan recently. I don't know if you know the Joe Rogan.
That's where he declared his Bitcoin obsession.
Yeah, that's where I saw it. And like, I love that because it's him connecting with his community, which is like Zuckerberg doesn't really have that connection. I think everyone thinks he's a robot or something. So he's like this zombie.
Robot. He is a robot. I remember that my craziest memory of Zuck is we were at a dinner with him and the rapper Nas, and Nas asked Zuck. Nas was like, "Hey, so who's your favorite rapper?" And Zuck just froze. Like he had to like process through his robot brain, like which rap song have I listened to the most, and he just gave no answer.
Yeah, man, he's a strange cat, bro. Like, have you seen that video of him like cooking meat? And he says like, "I'm just cooking meat in my backyard," like 1,000,000 times, like trying to put on some persona. He's a funny guy. Like it's funny how his image of like being a young college student was like this innocent guy, and over the last 10 years, it's just completely changed. He's turned into like the opposite of what he was. Because we all used to love him, like, oh, this guy, he's out of Harvard, he's just creating a cool website, and now it's massive. And then it's quite an interesting topic because Facebook just turned into this like horrible advertising revenue beast. And I don't know what your thoughts are like, but what do you think the future is like? Say Everipedia, where can that link in with this?
Well, one thing I think is interesting is that the founder of Instagram left.
Yeah, exactly.
How
I
can
didn't
you
even
piss
know
that guy off?
You live in LA. You live in Los Angeles, so you see all of like the talent. Like, it's all moving towards blockchain, isn't it? You can agree.
It is. It is. Well, one thing that's Kevin Lacker, who is the founder of Parse, he's like the biggest tech genius I know from Y Combinator. So he got on the phone with Sam, and he's like turned into a blockchain engineer. So
Really?
just like Zuck, like you got people like Bill Gates. Like Bill Gates is still saying crypto is stupid, but the people who are actually smart, they seem to know. Like Zuck knows the smartest. I'm telling you, the smartest Silicon Valley engineer I've ever met knows.
Exactly. Yeah. Like how could Mark Zuckerberg not know? Because he's from this game. He's a coder. Like all you have to, and if we know, there's so much information on the internet today. Like it's not hard to just open your laptop and type in what blockchain. What is a blockchain? And as soon as you know that show called TED Talks. That's where I pretty much like I think I had like a eureka moment with that. I remember there was like some video and I was like, I think it must have been like 2 years ago when Steemit was around and they did a talk and I was like, wow, like it's going to change everything. So how could Zuckerberg not know? It's pretty interesting.
One very harrowing experience I had was going to Y Combinator demo day last year, and it's when we had just announced our $30 million raise from Galaxy Digital.
Nice.
And I thought everyone was going to be so excited, and then I kind of felt like an alien. And I remember everyone had been trained like a robot to just say like, oh, blockchain bad, you know, like that. Everyone was like,
Really?
It's interesting technology, but everything going on in the space right now is bad. Which, I mean, I guess I kind of agree. I think that right now blockchain, a lot of it is just kind of hokey and too early and stuff. But everyone was just saying in kind of a brainwash mentality. And it kind of made me realize that
Like they heard of someone else say it. Yeah.
Silicon Valley is going to be hostile to blockchain because blockchain is going to destroy Silicon Valley. All of these centralized internet giants are going to be destroyed because they won't be able to adapt.
100%. Yeah, I agree. Well, that's like, it's like what you were saying a second ago. Everyone's saying that blockchain's this, blockchain's that, but maybe the contrarian side of you came out, and like the more you learn about that, the more you want to like think the other direction. So that's kind of like, I think the media are involved with it. I do some videos about the media, how, you know, I think Silicon Valley were a bit worried about it going like Bitcoin being 20K. So they've kind of done everything they can to bring it down, but the price doesn't represent the fundamentals. And like, who more to talk to than someone like you building every day? Like, I think, isn't there like 4 or 5 different blockchain companies like on the same road now where you are in Everipedia?
No, well, there was someone who, you mean trying to build encyclopedias?
No. Just general blockchain based like EOS projects. I think I heard something. I don't know. Like in the area you're in, it's like it's kind of like the new blockchain Los Angeles area. I think it's like San Fran.
Yeah, well, one thing, there are a lot of companies who are trying to build knowledge projects. So we're basically talking to all of these companies, trying to get them to adopt the IQ token.
Nice.
The only thing we really want, we just need everything to be on the IQ token because that's the only thing. It's a winner take all system. And some people realize this with Steam. Right when Steemit was big, one of the users created something called DTube, which was supposed to be centralized YouTube, but it would work with Steam, with staking and rewards and everything. So he kind of got it, but Steam, because it's not built on a platform, is not going to scale. You know, Larimer left the company. It seems like it's not going to work out.
Yes.
So now we have to recreate the Steam DTube moment, but we have to do it right.
Do it properly, yeah.
And one of the things we're doing, like the other dApps we're building, you know, we're not going to go from building Wikipedia to building Facebook. First, we want to build other knowledge projects, like Predict is going to be the gambling platform, and IQ&A is the question and answer platform. But eventually, you know, the gorilla in the room is will people increase their IQ by writing a Facebook story, like Zuck's story where he talked about decentralization. That's going to be the ultimate. That's like that's what's going to make us into a $1 trillion company. After my brain surgery, I told my co-founders, listen, you guys have to make Everipedia $1 trillion company. I won't even be satisfied with 900 billion.
You won't stop. Well, it's like Brock Pierce was saying.
You want it, and it's done.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. A decentralized community can be more valuable than a centralized business, I think. But yeah, Brock Pierce said it's going to be like the $1 quadrillion market. So there's enough room to make it Everipedia a $1 trillion market. And if not, like, I don't know, like think about it in a different way. Like if the IQ token is actually used as like the standard for something online, it just could be even more than $1 trillion. It could be like, whoa more. It could be like the whole global economy could run on this mental system.
All right. Now I'm going to start telling them that it's got to be more than $1 trillion. It's like, all right, mind fuck. Are you ready? Yeah, Brock is a huge inspiration. He's wonderful. You know, has his baby. His first baby is being born this week.
Wow.
And the baby already has an Everipedia. We have an Everipedia with all of her ultrasounds. So it's the first baby who has an Everipedia before being born.
That's a pretty cool thing, man. Like that's going to be something that's going to be like go down in history.
Yeah. Well, I can't, hopefully I can have a baby so I can do the same thing. But he's an inspiration. It was him who had the idea for us to build a tokenized Everipedia. And his motto is, he says that he wants to change the lives of 1 billion people. So I want to make the Everipedias for 1 billion people. I think it would be so cool to have an Everipedia page for 1 billion people that tells the story of their life.
It's crazy.
Like mine tells my life story.
It could just be like the whole idea of writing a biography or something. It could just be like your life is your biography and you're just consistently updating it. It could be like your like little journal, but everybody can be a part of it. But just going back to Steemit as well, because this links back to Steemit definitely. That's how I literally got into crypto. It was like January 2017. I remember I like watched a video of Dan Larimer. It's Bitcoin first, and I watched Dan Larimer, and I was like, okay, he's building Steemit, and he was like the CTO, and like, just where do you think, like, because Steemit is like Dan Larimer's creation, and now he's going to be creating the next step, like the EOS or the social media. Like, do you think that you would like connect with that? Because we're both on the EOS. You're Everipedia, and then the social media DApp from Block One. Would there be like a merger maybe?
Yeah, well, so I've never met him. He's very hard to get a hold of because he usually is only at Virginia Tech. Yeah. But Sam has met him, and I think that they've been talking, and hopefully he's starting to realize that Everipedia is the EOS project with legs. It's the project that already has a lot of traction, and we can work with him on building the Reddit, the Facebook, the Instagram, all on the IQ token.
And you've already got like the kind of the backing of the EOS community, which is over 100,000, probably individual people. Like
it's great. So the way I heard about Steemit was through my friend Nick Tomaino, who used to work at Coinbase. He's like a hardcore crypto guy, but he's like a Silicon Valley guy. Yeah. So he told me about Steemit, and it seemed like Steemit's really got some legs. And then the Silicon Valley version was Balaji's site Earn.com. And Earn.com didn't get any legs. It didn't go anywhere. So it kind of made me think. I was like, so this non-Silicon Valley guy built something that took off, and then the Silicon Valley version of it did not take off. So that kind of got me thinking, like, maybe with crypto, it's not the same rules as it was in like the.
Oh yeah, definitely not. I don't think so at all.
When we started Everipedia, my dream was for Everipedia to be in Y Combinator, just like my first app had been in Y Combinator. And we applied, and the CEO of Y Combinator actually called Sam and said, listen, we want to take you guys, but we can't take you because of Mahbod. Mahbod is too notorious. Really? So I felt so bad. I felt like I've robbed my company of the greatest opportunity. And then now Sam wouldn't do Y Combinator if you paid him $1 billion. Like, he's trying to destroy Y Combinator.
Yeah, exactly. They're going against each other. No, I think the way you're thinking that through is really interesting, because like I don't think Silicon Valley and blockchain they're just completely different things. Because I met Dan Larimer at the London Hackathon, and I kind of asked, we were basically everybody like circled around him into the corner, and everyone just like firing questions at him. Just like the 1 minute you got with him. And I remember I asked him a similar question. I was like, do you think like, you know, big businesses will be able to like buy their way into this? And he was just like, not really, because he's like an anarchist, isn't he? He's like, he's for pure anarchy. And like, I think most people who actually got into Bitcoin in the first place came from that space. So it's like a whole different idea. It's like, you know, Moore's law. It's like more about like networks than this weird idea of like, we're just going to put out as much product to get as much profit as we can. It's a whole different like paradigm. But like, I don't know, what do you think about that?
There could be a synthesis. You know, there's some things about Silicon Valley that give me hope. You know, I've kind of been excommunicated from Silicon Valley, but my first app, which is a huge success, is like a total Silicon Valley app. Ben Horowitz is the investor. So I still kind of like them. I think I'm going to go to Y Combinator again this year. I'm actually, Sam said I'm not allowed to expense my gas. I think I'm going to pay my own gas and I'm going to drive up.
You're going to go all the way? It's how long's the journey?
I like when I'm an angel investor in Coinbase. I think the CEO of Coinbase is one of the smartest guys in blockchain.
Yeah, definitely.
I just bought Twitter stock. I got really excited on Joe Rogan when he said he's going to incorporate Bitcoin into Twitter. So I'm still, I'm hoping maybe we can all just get I still want to be Mark Zuckerberg's friend. Like, the whole reason we got into beef is I tried to be his friend. I offered him a Rap Genius t-shirt, and he said, like, give it to my assistant. He basically said, like, I don't want this shit. So
he's
like,
playing dirty, bro.
Like, why not just be nice to me and I'll be nice to you? Why are you forcing me to destroy you?
Exactly. You just be like, why don't you come and work for me?
Oh my! So the funny thing about Zuck and I used to he was never my Facebook friend, but before we got into fight, we used to exchange messages on Facebook.
Right.
Then when he got into all of the Russian election trouble, I couldn't resist. I went on Facebook and I messaged him like, Zuck, you need to hire me. I could help you. I could help you with all of your problems if you hire me. And like 2 minutes after I wrote the message, it said seen by Zuck. You know, so he actually
reply. Yeah.
And then he did the sketchiest thing. He like personally went into Facebook's code and he deleted all of the messages that we had exchanged.
Really? That's crazy, man. That just shows like he's got that power. He could do that he could do that with anyone.
Like, how petty, he could have just, so.
It is petty. On like the side that you're saying it's petty, but then I'm thinking like, whoa, that's like extreme power. Like, to be able to do that.
For Sam was just thinking like, wow, this is Zuck par excellence. And I invented the name Persian Zuck for him. I think like the second or third time I met him, I was like, dude, you're Persian Zuck. Just Zuck on. Now a lot of the crypto people are saying he should change his name since Zuck's a bad guy. So we've been experimenting with Persian Musk.
Yeah, I just literally had a great question, but I completely forgot because it made me laugh. No, yeah, it's interesting, bro. Like the whole Facebook thing, and like wherever Everipedia is going to link into it. Like, oh yeah, that was it. Fake news. Like, okay, there's so much fake stuff going around all the time. Like Donald Trump, I did a video about it. Like Donald Trump saying fake this, fake that. Do you think Everipedia could like tackle this, make things more valid? Generally.
So I think staking has a lot of problems. Steemit has fake news.
100%.
But I think staking is going to be better than what we have now, which is basically upvotes. Staking is upvotes with money.
Yeah.
So I think that we are going to be able to solve a lot of the problems. It's going to create a lot of problems too. I'm sure that Everipedia is still going to have fake news. I'm sure there are going to be crypto whales who can cause problems. But in a lot of ways, Sam is the one who disagrees with me. He says like the staking system is so robust, and he says that he's such a genius engineer that he can fix he can plug any of the holes.
Yeah. Well, it's like well, when the internet was coming about, like everybody thought it was going to solve everything, and then it came with it. You don't know what the problems are because you don't have the technology. It's like if you're squeezing a balloon down, there's going to be something which fires up an area which you just couldn't ever predict. It's like there's a guy who writes about it. He's called George Gliedner, and he did like this book called Life After Television, and then he's done a new book called Life After Google. 100% recommend reading it. But like it's all about how like the time always brings these new age of technology to the forefront, and everyone's like, this is the end, it's going to solve all of our issues, like the railways, like the British fleet, the ships, like the TV, the internet. But then there's always something which comes along, and it's like it creates a problem out of a solution, and then you have to go and solve that. So it's like there probably are going to be issues with it. Like my dad was telling me about how if it's decentralized on the blockchain, how are you going to censor bad content? Like I don't know, like pornography or all this crazy stuff, you know, like how are you going to be who can call the shots and say we don't want that on the platform? If it's like what happens if everybody upvotes it or something? Like, you know, people are crazy, man.
Yeah, well, a lot of times though the consensus works. When we have bad content, so far all of our tech guys are amazed to see the consensus work.
That's what I said as well, but it's like I agree with that, but it's like there might be issues with it. Like, do you think people's consensus is going to be that bulletproof in the future?
No, I think there'll be problems, but I think it'll be better than Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Like when Wikipedia started, everyone was like, wait, an encyclopedia anyone can edit. This is going to be the biggest load of crap of all time. And there's a famous quote. I don't remember who said it. They said that Wikipedia doesn't work in theory. It only works in practice. So that's
pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
It's true a lot about a lot of technologies. And I'm kind of a Panglossian optimist dude. Like I try to have a very positive outlook on technology. You know, I love the internet. When I was growing up, you know, back when I was a kid, we didn't have the internet. All we had was TV, and I hated TV because I wanted to be on TV. I was a child actor, so I always used to think to myself, I don't want to watch TV. I want to be on TV. Yeah. And that's kind of what the internet is. The internet kind of lets me not watch TV, but be the TV. The only problem is I have to do it for free.
Yeah, exactly.
If I could just get some IQ, that's what we're trying to build.
Yeah, man. Well, we've been going for like an hour now, but yeah, now like what else can we talk about? Like I've got my last question was this. It was like, what can we expect from Everipedia in the future? But we've kind of covered that. Like, what are the main like milestones you can see of Everipedia? What are you most excited about this year? And then just in blockchain in general.
My goodness, so much.
It's a big question, bro, but try and whittle it down.
Right now, they're working on the front end redesign. So right now, they're working to make Everipedia like a beautiful site. Because right now, it's not beautiful. It's kind of clunky. So we're going to make it beautiful, like Genius, like Quora. And then the next step is Predict. And Predict is going to be a huge, huge market. And I think we can succeed where Augur failed. One thing that's really going to help with Predict is also that we already have hundreds of thousands of token holders, because the way we raised our money is we got $30 million in exchange for airdropping half of our tokens.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm very, very excited about that. And then the thing I'm most excited about is IQ&A. Because like I'm saying, for me, like my Quora days, Quora was the only site that ever gave me a verified account. Like they gave me a check mark. And then I lost my check mark by fighting Jimmy Wales. So.
No.
And I love question and answer sites. You know, there's something, I read this book in college called The Mantle of the Prophet, which is kind of about how Islamic theology is based on Plato and Socrates and stuff. And like what we don't realize, like today, when you're in a college, when you know you go to Harvard University or Yale or something, it's the teacher who's lecturing at you, and that's not how it was in the academy. Like Plato and Socrates, they wouldn't lecture at their students. The students would ask them questions and they would answer.
Oh, so cool. Yeah.
Answer. I think it harkens back to our Greco-Roman intellectual roots.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree. There's so much stuff we can learn from history, man. Like when you look at human beings have done everything already, except when it comes to like crazy technology like blockchain. So it's pretty exciting in that respect.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and I've had these question and answer sites have played huge role in my life. Like the Quora period of my life was very textured, and then for a while I was obsessed with Ask FM, who's also talking about decentralizing, although I don't think I'll ever do it.
Yeah.
Ask FM kind of ruined my life for a while, and then for a while I was briefly the star of Whale, which was the video version of Quora.
Oh, really? Is that on a blockchain?
Whale was in Y Combinator,
Ah.
and they pulled the plug on it. And I always think that the reason they pulled the plug on it is because I was their biggest star. They wanted to do
Man, someone's out to get you, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of a paranoid schizophrenic, so I'm sick of using other people's. I mean, Facebook. Facebook is my obsession, and he's the guy who runs it is my enemy. So I'm working all day to make Zuck money. So my dream has always been to just have my own internet so that I can use my own.
Yeah, man. Well, we had a good chat. We've done an hour already. That one like that. Boom. We could do another 2 hours at least right now, but I don't think people will probably.
I'll let you. You should talk to the interesting guys on our team. You know, Teddy, our CEO, Travis, our CTO, and then Sam is the Persian Zuck, and Larry is the real founder of Wikipedia. So
yeah, I met him at the London Hackathon. I met pretty much like I met so many people at the London Hackathon. Like I think it was really good to see the community actually like coming all that way. Like because most of the community is American, really. Like I don't know, it's probably like half maybe. So yeah, it was good to see everybody. But like just the last thing. So like, how can anybody who's watching this on my channel and the EOSwriter, how can like we get hold of you? What's your Telegram? How can we get hold of you if people want to talk to you?
I am the easiest person in the world to get a hold of. I guess Twitter DM is good. Messenger is good. Telegram, the easiest way to find me is just to join the Everpedia Telegram. And I say hi to everyone who joins.
Every single person.
A cool thing to do is to make your own Everpedia. You know, as Alexander Pope famously said, know thyself. So that's the first step you can take is go on, start your own page, and then see what else you want to make. Like one page that was very meaningful for me was when my dad passed away in 2017. I went over to my parents' house and I made a really, really good Everpedia page for him with my mom. And my mom even brought out all these documents, and I photographed them and put them up to use as sources.
Nice.
So it's a lot.
I was just trying to check if I was actually, because you said I was on Everipedia, but let me just quickly check. Everipedia.org. Yeah, there we go. So what do you just type in MaxDapp? Oh, bro, I'm on here. Oh, it's amazing. I'm on here, man. Look, also other wiki pages related to MaxDapp, EOS. Mate, all the information from MaxDapp wiki comes from the links below. Any source valid. Oh, so you do your sites and everything like that, site full stuff. Mate, I'm famous. I'm on Everipedia, bro.
Yeah, for me, this is a metonym. This is a metonym of Everpedia, which is that I was so excited about our interview, and I'm like, I should get Max's page started. And then someone had already started your page. So really, there's nothing left for me to do.
I'm done, man. I made it. Oh. Awesome, bro.
You can edit it too, though. You can edit it too.
I'm gonna do this because I'm logged in already. I've got 25,000 IQ, bro. So I think I need to top this up a little bit. Like I think I got my airdrop. I think I got my airdrop, and then I bought some more on the exchange. I think maybe, but it's like the price. I think is way low compared to what it's gonna be. I think it's a good. I'm not saying that's not financial advice. Financial advice, but I think it's a good price. Like this thing could be like crazy valuable in the future, man, if it can do what it does. But
yeah, I mean,
but that's another hot
crypto had a big swing in 2018, and we kind of just went along with the rest of the swing, getting the price cut by about 90%. At one point, IQ was around 6 cents. And now we're at about 1/3 of a penny.
Christ, man, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, I remember when it first came out, my airdrop was worth like loads, but I don't really trade the airdrops as much just because it probably could have been a good trade, but like it could have gone anywhere really.
Yeah, the nice thing is though that we have a lot of money. We raised the $30 million right before the crash. So basically, based on our runway, we have enough money to keep operating this thing for years. So
yeah, that's good though.
I
Yeah,
have a lot of confidence. It's not even my company. It's just I joined this company just because Sam inspired me and I wanted to make him famous. But these guys who are running the company, I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like that's good to wrap it up. But yeah, thanks so much, Mobab. I can never pronounce your name right, but thank you so much for coming on. Like, we'll definitely do this again, bro. Like, you're really insightful. Lots of cool stuff. West Side, brother.
So much,
hey, I hope it's nice and warm in LA as well, because I'm in England and it's March and it's pretty freezing, bro. It was like snowing a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, we're in the cold.
I'm jealous. London's my favorite city. You guys are living the life. Shouts out to Shane, SVK.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's awesome. He's the Irish guy, yeah? Yeah. He commented on one of my videos and I was like, yeah, cool, man. Bringing it home.
Excellent. Well, keep doing the great work across the pond.
I will, brother, and same for you guys. That's my laptop. We just did an hour, but yeah, yeah, thanks, bro. I'll see you soon. We'll definitely do this again, 100%. And this is the EOSwriter. And if you're watching on my channel, it's MaxDapp. But peace out, guys. See you later.
Shalom.